cab as Wes does. But if you all bear with me, though, we'll get through this thing. I'd like to, everybody would stand and do the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of the agenda. I have a motion for approval of the agenda for the night. Second. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? 4 of us. I guess I get to vote too, though. Okay. If anything needs to be added to the agenda there, I'd like somebody to bring it up. It's just to, anything that's pertaining to the agenda can be added there to it tonight. Anybody like to bring up anything? I think we're good on that. Approval of the minutes of the regular meeting of October the 4th. Motion on second. Got a second, all in favor? And public, Wes usually got a timer right now. I don't have a timer right now. If anybody like to make a public comment or anybody like to stand up and talk about their agenda tonight or anything, I'd like for you to go ahead and stand at the podium right now if you'd like to make a comment or anything. That being said, no action on that. Okay, Allegheny Educational Foundation presentation, Melissa Vestal and Susie Niles. You'd like to speak about that?
That's all right. I'll just start talking if that's okay.
Go ahead, I'll just run.
Okay, that's fine.
Things that are never like you leave them.
We understand, we are retired educators, we understand. We do appreciate you letting us speak. We just wanted to take a few minutes of your time tonight and talk about some of the things that are going on, that we have going on with the Educational Foundation. We're kind of in a new era right now. For the first time ever, we have our own office space up between Charlie's Country Store and Life Store, and we're just pleased as we can be to be there. I am Melissa Vestal. I think I know most of you in here, if not all of you. I am a retired educator and administrator with Allegheny County Schools, and I'm the current executive director of the Allegheny Educational Foundation. And Susan, I'll let her introduce herself quickly.
And I'm like Melissa, I believe I know most people in the room. I'm Susan Milo, 23-year educator with Allegheny County Schools, and now I work the end of my career for Wilkes Community College, and now am the assistant director with Melissa at the Allegheny Educational Foundation.
And we're just really happy to be with the Educational Foundation. As educators, we're able to look at the big picture of things and connect our community with resources, and that's been maybe the most rewarding thing that we've done so far, is get our kids not necessarily, well, scholarships. That's what we're known for, is to give scholarships. But a lot of what we're doing right now is connecting students, parents, and our community with the resources available in our community, and that gives us a lot of pleasure and pride to be able to do that. So we thought it was important that we share our mission, and our mission with the Allegheny Educational Foundation. We are a nonprofit corporation that secures and distributes financial resources primarily to provide scholarships to enable students in Allegheny County schools to pursue post-secondary educational opportunities and to enhance educational programs of Allegheny County schools. So we at the Allegheny Educational Foundation, since 1985, when John Woodruff started the foundation, when he was superintendent of schools and we were in school, he started a foundation with a donation of about $5,000 to the Allegheny Educational Foundation, and we are proud to say that it has grown, well, exponentially. And we currently we hold a large endowment with about, we're $7 to $8 million, and so we're really proud of that. We're proud of our community for supporting that and for supporting the students in Allegheny County schools. What we primarily do with that money is we do fund scholarships, but one of the reasons that Susan and I have come on board to, as employees, is we're looking at supporting students and parents and our community members preschool through 12th grade. So we're finding ways to talk to students early on about setting goals and reviewing those goals and finding out what it takes in order to achieve those goals post-secondary. So that's what we're about. We've been given some, let you go to the next slide, I'm sorry, I'm about to get ahead of myself. This is our location here in town. Like I said, in between Charlie's and my store, we've got great neighbors, and we're just enjoying being in downtown and exploring. We're not used to being out of school, so it's kind of nice to be able to wander around. As I said, 1985 is when we were established. In 2022, 88 students received $258,884 to further their education, and that came from the Allegheny Educational Foundation. So currently, we're trying to get out to events. We were at Allegheny Cares all day, volunteering there for their Proceeds Day. We're attending open houses. We went to Safety Day. We want people to know that we are available and we are there and that we're in the office. And people are coming. I mean, we're busy all day long, and we're just, like I said, we have people come by all day trying to check and see some of the things that we're doing there, and we've had people come by, that Hispanic families come by and get help filling out their FAFSA for scholarships, and like I said, sometimes we don't always have the answers, but we generally know how to get them the answers. So we've also, I don't know if you've been on our Facebook page, but a really interesting thing that we're doing right now is we're highlighting some of our alumni and some of the awesome things that our alumni have been doing that have been recipients of our scholarships. This is to highlight the things that they've done and to inspire the young students that we have there, that we have here in Allegheny County Schools. Mini grants, we've sponsored some mini grants for teachers. That's something that the Educational Foundation did a number of years ago. We opened those grants back up, and we're proud to say that all of the applicants, everyone that applied for a mini grant through the Allegheny Educational Foundation, all the educators did receive their grants this year, and they're doing awesome things out with their schools with those grants. We're currently building a strategic plan, and what's really exciting to us is to see, we're getting ready to, we're starting to implement the first stage of that strategic plan, details to come. But it's exciting because we know as educators what our teachers and students need. It's just exciting that we're gonna be able to be a part of that. Like I said, we have more information coming on that, and we'll share that with you when we have it. We've been researching and visiting other foundations. I'll just be honest, there's not one that we can find that is like our foundation. John Woodruff built a truly unique foundation that has prospered through the years. When we tell people how small we are and how many scholarships we fund for our students. They're just amazed. So that is hats off to our community for helping our students that way. But we are researching some other foundations that have got some tried and true strategies that they use to help students for when, to once they become, they're giving them some tools so that when they are seniors, their career's not been chosen for them. They get to make some choices when they are seniors. And that's what we want. We want them to get to the end of the road and then they pick, not someone else choose for them. So we are pairing up with some other foundations, one being the McNair Foundation. If you have an opportunity to look that up, that's an awesome foundation in Rutherford County. We have been holding some workshops for students to complete their personal essays for their, as they apply to colleges, which they're actively doing right now. And we had some retired teachers that came in and helped write these, help these students get their ideas from their head down to the paper. It's really important right now, personal essays are, because a lot of submitting the test scores right now are optional. So a personal essay is very, very important because it gives a true, it should give a true picture of what that student's life is and the things that they value. We're working to form partnerships with Allegheny County Schools. We've got a great relationship with them. We're very thankful for that. Our new logo, that's the first thing that we decided that we needed. So we did have a graduate of Allegheny High School and a student that is pursuing a career in graphic design, Jesse Krause. Designed our logo, and we're trying everything. We're getting that logo out as many places as we can. So we're very proud of that. And scholarships. Since we have been on board, the scholarship assembly was a 3.5 hour event to give all the scholarships out, and we're adding scholarships. Well, probably, I guess we've added 8 scholarships since June. So that's something that we're proud of, and we're having to revamp how we're giving those out. Just, that's a pretty big deal, 3.5 hours of our community handing students money. So we're very pleased with that. We are looking to expand our programs in our schools and to help our students. We're looking at trying to support students in the whole child, and not just academically, but emotionally and socially. If there are any programs out there that that are vetted and are research driven, we are trying our best to help implement some of those programs. More in that, we do have more things to come with that. We are forming partnerships with entities outside of Allegheny County. We've met a couple of times with My Future NC and are working closely with them as we set goals for our students. And we are, of course, in order to make all this happen, we need donors. So we're trying to get information into potential donors' hands so they can see all the great things that our students are doing and the potential that our students have. So just back to the mission, that's what we do. We're here to help support Allegheny County students, Allegheny High School graduates, and we're trying to help with programs within Allegheny County schools. Not really replacing anything that they are doing. They're doing a fabulous job, and we're just there to support in any way that we can. So just want to share a little bit. We're really excited about some of the things that are going on with the Allegheny Educational Foundation, and we just wanted you all to hear about it. And hopefully in another year, we can come back and present again on some of these programs that I've kind of put a tease out there for. So thank you very much for all that you do. And if you have any questions, feel free to come by and see us. We are in the office well, we're in the office, well, today we've been in the office a long time. But, we hold office hours from 9 to 1, Monday through Thursday, but we are typically there 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. We do accept appointments, and, we love to have visitors, so come by and see us. Susan, anything I'm missing? Okay, I know that was fast and furious, but we do appreciate your time.
Thank you, Melissa. Y'all, I know that all the kids, appreciate what you all are doing. You know, that's our future citizens of Sparta and Allegheny County. And, I mean, that's what y'all are doing there is, you never quit being a teacher, do you? You know, so we appreciate everything that you're doing. I know the council feels the same way, so thank you. Okay, we're gonna talk about the fleet management program and, turn that over there to Ryan.
Thank you, council. Included in your packet is the actual agreement that finalizes the action we took last month about a fleet management program that allows us to realize capital savings in purchase of new vehicles for both the police department and maintenance. You heard that presentation. Over the course of 5 years, we were looking at approximately $50,000 in savings while replacing an aging, outdated, unsafe fleet. And we realized those benefits almost immediately. So that contract is in your packet, and I would recommend taking that official action.
You've looked at this contract? Nothing unusual or odd or?
No, it's standard, and as long as the pricing is what you're acceptable with, and
So you're recommending we pass it?
I do.
I'll make that motion.
Right. Got a motion and a second. All in favor? Roll, passes.
Pretty wordy contract.
Yes,
Lot of
yes,
words.
please.
I hope you understand.
Maybe we're depending on you. Okay, Highway 21 utility relocation agreement. Ryan, you want to speak about that, please?
Council, this is kind of a segue from an agreement that we approved last council meeting. It is with NCDOT for the Little River Bridge replacement. We opted to construct and manage that construction of the water line relocation. In conversation with DOT from that agreement, there is a small segment of sewer line that is off river edge that they consider outside of the DOT encroachment. And they have asked that we incorporate that small segment into the relocation agreement that we had with them. It is still reimbursable 100% from DOT. It's just a little easier from their stance if we do this. We've talked to the engineer. There is no major hurdles. He is putting together the cost estimate for this, but for your approval is the agreement to add that to our existing agreement.
You're making this recommendation?
I would.
I'll make the motion.
Second. We got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? 4. Public safety grant writer agreement.
Guess that's me too.
That's you too.
All right, now to talking. So town council, as we've discussed over the last 2 budget sessions, the town has a significant list of projects, capital needs. You've heard some presentations about, upcoming capital needs we're gonna need with our infrastructure. A piece that often gets overlooked in that conversation is the equipment, technology, personnel, vehicles, etc., that it requires to operate a police department. We have kind of been a little stagnant in procuring latest technology, radios, body worn cameras, etc., and we know those have a cost. So, in trying to stretch dollars, sometimes that gets overlooked. So, thanks to Chief Terry and some connections he has in the public safety arena, he identified a grant writer that has extensive experience, has written hundreds of grants, is very successful at getting those grants. Not only is he capable of writing grants, he also assists with grant management. For me or Chief Terry to devote the time and expertise that this gentleman has, it would take us countless hours, and quite honestly, it would consume his or my time. So we've contacted this grant writer, explained kind of our situation here in Sparta. He has given us a very fair rate to write grants, to identify grants we would be eligible for, and then to manage those grants. So he has given us a contract that's in your packet at a rate, and he has vowed not to work more than 25 hours a month on grant-related items. That way we can control costs, understand what he is doing, for the potential to help us secure a large amount of capital with no match or a small match. So from a financial stance, we could pay this gentleman what he is asking per hour, with the anticipation of realizing several $100,000 in savings to the town.
Does he just do grants for the police department, or does he do others?
He is solely public safety now, and he has spent his career as a police officer, captain, detective, so he understands the grants that are very technical. They are highly competitive, so he understands that from that aspect, which makes him a good fit. He and I actually crossed paths in my former career, and I know this gentleman very well respected in public safety, and I think he would do us a good job.
And this term is just for a year.
It is, it has a auto-renew term, however, we can cancel.
Cancel anytime.
Correct.
Think we got the money? To,
Yes, from our police department.
I'll make a motion to
Second.
Got a motion and a second on this grant writer. All in favor? And four. Okay, all right. Year 22-23 budget amendment, I guess that's Miss Peggy.
If Brian wants to have it, he can, because he's gonna be talking about the earthquake for the general fund that we have to put back in.
Yeah, so, this budget amendment is an amendment to the general fund for the earthquake line items. When we put the budget together and approved it, we were under the impression our general fund expenditures 4 earthquake-related projects were done, so we did not put any money as expense or revenue into the budget. Since that time, there's been, one project that has kinda creeped back in here at Town Hall, and is our front, vestibule area. We've noticed there was some settling, so we are further investigating that, with the assistance of the state folks. We don't have a full plan or recommendation from engineering on what that fix is gonna be. So, in order to start expending and receiving reimbursement, we have to put money into that line item. So, out of a best guesstimate and security, so we don't have to come back, we just opted to add $100,000 to the earthquake line items, understanding the expense will only be what is reimbursed. There will not be any funds or tax dollars expended, it will all be state reimbursement. And we need that approved.
It's like flow through money.
That's it. That's
Okay, I need a motion there to use this budget amendment.
So moved.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? And Ryan, you're doing such a great job.
Thanks, sir. Council, just, 3 items to update you. On November the 7th, which is next Monday, the regional representative for part of, grants will be here to a final inspection and closeout of that project. That includes the new restroom facility, the Kraus House bathroom facility, some accessibility challenges as far as sidewalks, etc. So they will be here. We're in good shape to finalize, that project. Once we get approval, we will then be able to request the remaining funds be reimbursed to the town. So, that is coming up next Monday. Second item is the Mitchell Mountain culvert replacement. We did award a contract to Locklane to start that, project. Unfortunately, there is a trout, buffer moratorium that goes into effect from October 15th to April 15th. This is the same challenge we faced with the earthquake sewer repair. We have not been able to get a waiver, so, that project is on hold, either until we get a waiver or April 15th rolls around. We reach out, our engineers reach out, several times to NCDEQ that gives us the waiver, and we are not getting, favorable feedback. I'll leave it at that. So, it looks like that project is on hold, for some time. I will keep you posted. The last item I have is the chamber is sponsoring the Christmas parade November 26th at 2 p.m. They will need a temporary road closure, which requires your approval. And before we do that, they are also sponsoring a tree lighting on the courthouse lawn. It's either gonna be December 2nd or the 3rd, depending on when they can get a tree. And they'll need road closure about 30 minutes for that.
So I'll make a motion.
Got a motion there for the Christmas parade and tree lighting closing the roads. Have a second.
Second.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
In connection to the parade and everything, these lights, what's that, what's the status of that?
Understanding not having firm confirmation, there has been rumors that Sparta Lights and Entertainment dissolved. On the Secretary of State website, they are still an active entity. I have reached out to that entity, but have not received any response.
Well, I think that's a great thing, we need to keep it up.
Agreed.
I'm all for the town taking the lights over, for sure.
Well, I know a lot of the merchants and everything put a lot of money into that, so.
Might be a good project for sale. But you know, I really think it needs to be continued, I don't know what has to happen. You know, who owns the lights, who controls the lights, that kind of thing, but I think it needs to be continued.
I agree. I think you are not alone in that from the feedback we've received. There is interest in continuing that. I do think, should the discussion favor towards the town, taking that over, I think we would be open to doing that with the manpower we have. I will continue to reach out to that organization and see what happens.
You know, it's first of November. It sneaks up on you pretty fast.
So, worst case, the lights are already on the buildings. I mean, just plug them in. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's potentially some legalities and ownership things.
Property needs to be transferred.
We just need them to be responsive and understand the community wants it, and hopefully they will come to the table.
So you go let Sarah take care of that.
Yeah.
Should get this thing quick, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure you do.
Okay. We have any other business for tonight? Glad to see, Ben Massey up going. Ben took a spill here a few months ago there, and kind of messed him up on his campaigning right there. Hopefully, everybody feels sorry for him.
Darlene said I gave an arm and a leg for this campaign.
A lot more than somebody would do. Officer Terry there, I know your guys doing a great job right there on the, had a lot of road closures there, and so appreciate, you know, good work. Okay, got public comments opportunity. Anybody like to get up and talk and tell us about today? Okay. Nobody? Okay, we're gonna have to go into closed session. GS 143-318. Anybody that wanna wait, if you have to come out of session, rather than call.
Sorry. Should already be
Jennifer, how you doing?
Hey, y'all.
How's it?
Oh, good.